All right, here we go. Back again for Hearthcenter Week 9. What is this? We got Brushy Tuna back. Oh my god. Who even let this man back? So, before we get to all our introductions, though, welcome, as always. Excited to bring you all the action that happened last week, and we are diving into playoffs too. Let's start with our introductions in our typical order. Up to the top left, it is our main man coming back again to fill in. Corridon. How you doing tonight, Corridon?
Doing great, man. Yeah, call me Mr. Phil. I'm all around. I'm filling in every show I can. So happy to be back for a second week in a row, and happy to be back with Tuna. Come on, man.
Of course. Hey,
Tuna,
we
tuna.
got to have a Canadian on the show too to help get a little
That's
carrying
true.
going on. Love to
The
see it.
slow takeover, the slow Canadian takeover.
We need the nice people to offset me,
Yes.
so it works
Yes.
out.
Up to my top right, frequent co-host as always, Desharmo. How you doing tonight, Desharmo?
I'm doing great tonight. Can't wait for tonight.
Oh yeah, man. All right. Well, let's not put it off any longer. He's been gone for a little while, but every now and then he decides to just pop in again, poke his head out from that pool of alcohol that he's been swimming in and visit it on THL. It is none other than Brushy Tuna himself. How you doing, Tuna?
Tuna, 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 tuna. It's good to be back, man. Been doing some stupid, crazy work. Just showing my love every once in a while in THL. Glad to be back. Glad to see all these beautiful faces in chat. And of course, all the beautiful people in Discord that will eventually watch us on twitch.tv/Team Hearth Legends on the VOD or youtube.com/Team Hearth Legends uploaded by Saku, the
Oh,
other Canadian.
I will repeat some of those words later tonight
He
in
will.
rapid fire faction. Awesome. All right. So with that,
Kind of slow, but that's all right.
oh yeah, my bad. I'll try to go faster this time.
Thank
Um,
you.
but with that, let's jump into our players of the week. Because I am a complete slacker, I don't have that posted for you guys to read, but Corden has them all. Corden, do you want to take over all of our players of the week this week here?
Yeah, sure.
Sweet. So start us off here. Tell me, who was our player of the week in Hero this last week?
All right. So for in hero, still got a little bit left to go before playoffs, but this player of the week is Doubles. Doubles came in clutch this week with a huge sweep over Wash in the Wind, topping a 175 PR difference. The 3-0 not only denied Tam Pam Surf Slam's points, but it also helped engineer an important win for Ask HS. Congratulations, Doubles.
Nice. Yeah. And we'll be talking about that match. That's one of our highlighted ones when we get to the hero section. Huge win this week for Ask HS, and Doubles was a crucial part of that. Next up, we have Legacy, and this is the final week of Legacy to see who makes playoffs. So, real important player of the week here. Take it away, Gordon.
Yeah, so last player or last week, it's a tight one, so there's a lot of people up for grabs. But at the end of the day, the person who took this was Anfall. So with the week on the line and the playoff race too close to call, Anfall took matters into his own hands and grabbed a much-needed 3-1 victory for Hot Zilfs. This win gave Hot Zilfs the points needed to claim the week and solidify themselves a playoff position in a close-knit gold conference and in the final week of the regular season, no less. Congratulations to Anfall and Hot Zilfs.
I mean, it wouldn't be playoffs without Hot Zilfs showing up there. Even though Zephyrus has already rotated the team is still around. There are still apparently Hot Zilfs in your area, thanks to Anfall. Next up, we've got for the Wild Player of the Week. Who do we have for Wild, Corden? Thanks, Tuna.
Wild. A little reverb. I like that. So coming in for Wild is Nifola. It's been a rough season for Fell Me I'm a Wreck, but they showed they have plenty of fight left in them. With a 16-13 win over Nofin can stop us in week 9. Our player of the week helped out by picking up their first win of the season, taking down Glare in a 3-2 victory. The team will look to carry that momentum forward as we head into the final week of the season. Congrats on the win.
Nice. And last up, we have our Pro Player of the Week. And this was another one that was the final week of the regular season. So, who takes honors for the last week before playoffs in Pro?
Well, this name's been thrown around quite a bit just because, shares the name with the team. But Cyan Sheepies wrapped up a fantastic season at 6-2 last week. It can't be easy being a high seed and a team mascot simultaneously. Cyan Sheepies helped boost his team to the best record in all of Pro at a 7-1, including a must sweep week in week 8. Congratulations to an absolute stellar season for this sheep and his flock.
Nice. Yeah, a very impressive win and very impressive season for Cyan Sheepies and the Sheepies themselves. And congratulations to all of these players. We will not have playoff players of the week as far as we have done in the past. I don't know if this committee wants to change it up. So we may be down to just two for future weeks. But for this week of 4, congratulations to all these players. As we move on to our first recap, where we're going to talk some Hero Series. Any comments before we jump into that?
Good job,
Let's do
everyone.
it.
That was a good comment.
Great
I dig
comment.
it.
Yeah,
All right, let's move on to Hero. Let's get him up on the screen here. We've got a new logo up in the top 2. It is Blast coming in and taking away that second spot from Dad Legend. Nothing makes me happier than just bouncing Dad Legend off a logo spot. I don't know why. But here we have NPH just, consistently dominant all season long. And as we covered on around the saloon last night, I got to double down on the same stance I took there, which is I really think this is the most competitive Hero season that we've ever had. It is completely insane how many teams are still in the playoff race with 2 weeks to go. Um,
nah,
Arguably,
not true.
even Inferno and F2L could still make it, although their road is really hard. But NPH is in. Everyone else is maybe in and maybe not, but they're certainly the top 6 contenders if the playoffs started today. No pros here. Blast, Dad Legend, Wherever I May Roam, Ask HS, and Vote of Some Confidence with the tiniest margin ahead of 1337 squad. Both tied at 128 with a 127 right behind him. This race is tight. So let's get started with the recap itself. I don't know how much you've been following any of THL Tuna, but I'm just going to throw you right into the fire here. Talk to me about Blast versus Vote of Some Confidence. Let's see you muddle through this one. How did this match
Right.
go?
For those who don't know, there used to be a even worse player that used to play on Boat on Some Confidence about it.
Nice.
And and it seems like the team, their morale's probably up, but they're struggling a little bit this season. Lotus Knight beating Heat Shock, Heat Shock 2-6, but anytime you beat Heat Shock, it's a big sigh of relief. So congrats to Lotus Knight, great player as well. Obviously, he took down Ufric, another really tough opponent. Boozosaurus getting beat by Arhat, probably some board scandals going in there, probably some cheating. Arhat always likes to cheat.
He is a Patriots
Bullion,
fan. It fits, yeah.
it's true. That is true. They do indeed cheat. Bullion takes down 2-star Mako 3-2, and then my boy Saku picking up his 5th victory of the season, 3-1 over Jim Flows. Close match overall. A simple 3-1 win for Bullion there over 2-star Mako, and the week's tied. And those champions would have tied with just 2 wins, which is a rare thing to see, but they're super close. So it was a super good match to watch. But
Yeah,
I wouldn't know.
definite big congrats to Saku on winning the Battle of the Gyms right there in the
That's
5
true.
seed. He is now the reigning gym champion.
Jim. That's true.
They actually
just-
played in Legacy as well in the
No,
5 seed
no,
this
no,
week.
no, stop. Shh.
Oh, they did. Shaku and Jim played twice this week. Hero and Legacy.
Wait, who won
We're,
in Legacy?
we're in Hero right now,
Jim
Corden.
won.
Okay, we're not
We're
talking.
Jim one.
Tuna
Jim one,
says
yeah.
no.
Which Jim? We're in Hero
Philos.
right now. How about you calm down? Now I
Overruled.
haven't been on the show for a while, but I clearly see it says Hero Series at
I'm
the
just saying,
top. So
fake news. Fake
I'm
news.
pretty sure we're talking about Hero Series right
Okay,
now, but
okay,
I
he's
could
not
be
wrong.
wrong.
With that, we will move on then to the next highlighted match in our Hero series. Hero, not Legacy. As we're going to
Oh,
talk about
okay. I was confused.
1337 Squad versus Dad Legend. And Corden, talk to me about this one here. Dad Legend came close, got some decent points. Still 11 in a loss is not bad, but 1337 Squad kind of on a tear when they really need it.
Yeah, I'd like to preface this with ouch, Molstar. That hurt. Molstar 3-0'd me. It was pretty tough, but NJO came back and got a nice sub for us with Starlax. He's moving around and stuff, trying to get stuff loaded up. So NJO came in very clutch for us, stealing back some of those points that I definitely lost. Turtle has really found his stride lately. I know he had a really difficult start to the season, so finally coming into his stride, I think he's gone 3 straight, and taking Isocles down is no easy feat.
Oh yeah, quick side note on that. It's very important to note that Turtle could not win a game, and then a card called Turtle was introduced into
Fresh.
Hearthstone, and he has been undefeated
Yeah.
since. I
Lord
mean,
of Turtling,
those two
yeah.
things got to be related.
Yeah, well, it's called Crash Lord of Turtling.
Oh yeah. There's turtle in the name, but
It's
yeah,
the same
continue.
thing. But Nine Eyebrows and Risen went the distance. I mean, you can't cut it any closer. And then Yellow Dart, actually, I think this is probably Dart's biggest competition in 5. I don't want to diminish anybody, but Skirt Reynolds is looking very good at 6 and 3 over there. I mean, those are probably the 2 best performing 5 seeds in Hero right now, and Dart was just able to scrape out the win there. Saving some points for Dad Legend, but 1337, man, they're right on that cusp, just out of the playoffs. Vote of some confidence. So these were points they definitely needed to get.
Yeah, absolutely. If they could keep this momentum going, they could easily just pass one of these other top 6 and make it into playoffs. Dad Legend got a little bit more of a lead still and hanging on. 11-point losses probably won't cut it in a series this tight, but another win or two for Dad Legend, and they are probably in. And let's move on now to our final highlighted match for the Hero Series tonight, which is Ask HS versus Tan Pam Surf Slam. Desharmo, you got to win. You got to win over Neji. That's pretty impressive. But unfortunately, the rest of the team did not do so well, and now it's going to be a tough road for making playoffs here. Whereas Ask HS, they really needed some points bad, and they came through in a big way. Talk to me about this one.
Yeah, this was a much needed win. Ask HS, they've been on the cusp the entire season, and they're right there, 4-4-1. That's pretty even. But in the Hero series that we have now, how competitive it is, being even is pretty good. They have themselves in a really good position, and they picked up some massive points, 21 full points for this week to sort of boost them up, sort of into that 5 spot. But brushing the other spots up above them. Mr. Python really putting a lot of work in the 2 seed, in the 2 seed.
Yeah, it
8 and
seems
1.
unfair.
So Jr. Nothing at loss there. But you're facing Mr. Python, who's a 1 seed player playing in the 2. And then you have the everything else. Kel holding down the 4, and Dr. Bomdi holding down the 3. And Doubles, he's struggling a little bit, but got a win over Wash with a massive big PR difference there. 3-0 on top of that. So congratulations to Ask HS. They did really great. They had already won the week when my match was played. Neji Boston got the 2 points as well, and that might come into play there. Tadpan's been really struggling, starting off really strong. I believe we were 3-1, and I believe we've lost 5 straight now. So I think Tanpam's they need some miracles here in the next couple of weeks to really make the playoffs. Still possible, but really need to start putting some effort in the last couple of weeks.
That's right. Well, in that home stretch, every team is just really shooting for those 23-point weeks, right? Just try to lock down playoffs, unless you're NPH, and then you're like, it's fine, we're in. They'll probably just keep winning anyway. But the rest of the teams, everybody needs as many points as they can get, and it should be a very exciting race to the finish here. Looking forward to our recap for next week. Any final words on the Hero series or the playoff picture in general before we move on to our last portion of Hero, which is the rigged section where we talk PPR?
Yeah, I just want to point out that don't sleep on Warlock. I won twice with Warlock in Hero. Hero is so awesome that you can bring decks that you would never dare bring in Legacy. I probably would not bring Warlock in Legacy, but in Hero, it's a pretty good solid deck. I think just when you're looking out for your decks and stuff in Hero, try to try to be different, try to look for different things and find that little spice, because that's something you could do in Last Hero Standing that you can't really do in Conquest.
Nice.
Instructions unclear. What was I supposed to do? Sleep on Warlock?
Yeah, there you go.
It's
Sleep
it's
on
totally not
Yeah.
bait from one of the people who's trying to make Hero playoffs to get everyone else to bring Warlock. Totally not bait.
I'm actually subbing out, so I won't even be on playing the last 2 weeks.
Oh
So,
no.
Fair.
yeah.
All
Tries
right.
to try to rig the whole conference and then leaves himself.
I'm
That's a
just
move
saying.
right
I'm just
there.
saying.
You love
Yeah,
it.
bold move, Cotton. See how it pays off.
All right, so let's talk about PPR then. We've got
Rigged.
our week, not week
Rigged.
8, week 9,
Rigged.
updating momentarily. Week 9 player power rankings for our Hero series. And number 1, it's Based Inc. Coming in
Rigged.
at 7-2, 23-11 game score, followed by Yellow Dart at number 2, also at 7-2, 22-10. Somehow we got some 8-1s right below them. Mr. Python at 8-1, 26-13, and your Mumket at 8-1, 26-11. Molestar coming in at number 5, 6-3, 22-13. We've got Vino Spumoni at 7-2, 24-15. Ufric at 6-2, 22-11. Lotus Knight at number 8, 7-2, 25-15. Hey, my check cleared again for Donde. Nice. I'm in there at number 9. Yours truly, Ron
Ow.
Mexico, 6-2, 21-12. And finally, rounding out that top 10, it is Yfair at 6-2, 22-13. Then we have our honorable mentions. We've got Agent PWE at 6-2, Carvalho at 5-3, Skirt Reynolds at 6-3. Unofficial Hero Series Commissioner making his big return to the power rankings leaderboard as well. It's the Big Ted at 6-2, and our very own guest tonight, Corridon, rounding out the honorable mentions at 6-3. Congratulations to all players on the player power rankings list.
I guess my check wasn't good enough. I was on the list last week. Damn.
You were. I
It was
think you were
just
number
good
8.
enough to stay on, but apparently everyone else started paying more. So
Yeah,
That's
I,
it,
good
man.
check, buddy.
I bumped it a
Yeah.
little bit. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I skipped a week. I think that
Ron
was
sent in
it.
some Patriots merch in with his check this time. That's why you gotta stay on the list.
Little under the table bribery.
Yeah.
I got you.
Mhm.
Yeah.
You got to
Fair
do
enough.
what you got to do, man.
Yeah.
But there's still a little bit left in Hero Series. We've got a few weeks left, so if you're not on this list and you're close, just bribe Donde and keep winning. And if you are on this list, then you can claim that there's no way it was rigged, unless you're not number 1, and then it's rigged that you're not higher. As always, blame Donde.
The fact that Ron's on this list just proves to everyone that it's rigged. I'm
Very
just gonna be
clearly.
honest with everyone. 6
All
and
right.
2, I don't believe that game score at all.
Any last words on Hero before we move on to Wild?
Let's get wild, baby.
All right, so we are going to head on over to Marty B's Stats Corner. We do not have Marty B with us tonight, so it will be an extra condensed version of this meta. What we're looking at for the actual archetypes here, Demon Hunter, there's still a little bit of odd Demon Hunter kicking around, and one extremely bold Reno Demon Hunter player. We've got a little bit of variety in Druid right now with Malagos Druid, 6 Springs, Aggro Druid at 2, Jade Druid at 3, and 1 each of Linecracker and Togwaggle. We've got just one single, lonely, spiteful hunter. We've got a lot of mage. If you caught around the saloon last night, you know that there is a very clear pecking order in Wild right now, and Mage is up there. 48 Mage brings, 34 Secret Mages, 6 Mizaki, 3 LPG Reno, 3 Reno Secret, and 2 Exodia Mages. Paladin also very popular at the moment, 30 odd Paladins, and then the other Paladins that probably just should have been odd Paladin. 1 Reno, 3 hand buff, 1 aggro, 1 mech, 1 Spiteful Murloc. What a legend. We've got Priest coming in with a ridiculous amount of combo Reno Priest, 39 of them, 6 Big Priests, and 1 spicy Inner Fire Priest. Rogue came in with 10 brings, 5 Kingsbane, 1 Quest, 1 Mill, 1 Odd, and 2 Aggro. Shaman with a tiny bit of representation, just 1 across the board of different archetypes. Reno, Murloc, Giants, Aggro, Totem, and Big. We've got Warlock coming in with who else? Dark Glare. You gotta play Dark Glare Warlock if you're playing Warlock, or you could play some other ones and maybe not have as high a win rate, but it's still there. 7 Reno, 8 Stealer, 5 Cute Warlock. Hey, way to go. 5 of them going with the cute stuff. Good job, THL. I'm proud. And finally, to round it all out, Warrior 24 brings, 12 Pirates, 11 Odd Warriors, and 1 Charge Warrior. And that is your Wild THL meta with 2 weeks to go in the Wild regular season. I know you guys are all just, obsessed with Wild yourselves.
I love Wild.
Do you have any comments on the meta we're seeing right now for Wild before we move on to our recap?
I think it's pretty standard. Well, I mean, I say standard, but it's Wild.
It's not standard at all.
Thanks,
you know we're in
thanks,
Wild,
Tuna.
right?
Thanks.
This is 2 for 2. You don't know which conference we're talking about.
Yeah.
Are you doing okay over there? I'm gonna keep doing it.
I'm gonna keep doing it.
Let's talk about Legacy and Pro.
But I mean, this is kind of how it settles down, right? I guess there's not much shift in Wild because you can't really, with new expansions, yes, there is a shift, but I guess the decks just kind of settle down a lot quicker. Combo Reno Priest has always been a thing for as long as I can remember, and I haven't played Wild since that rotated. So, yeah. I mean, it seems pretty clear cut what the best decks are right now.
I mean, we're looking at Mage, Priest, Paladin, and Warlock generally, and then if you bring anything else, it's risky. But let's take a look at what we had last week in Wild. The playoff race is heating up. We got our top 6 that seems to be pretty clearly separating from the rest of the pack, and for a very specific reason that we'll get to with some of these recaps, I think, to really kind of separate things out. We're going to start with the teams themselves. We have F2L Viridian and Everyone's a Winner, our perennial top teams once again in those top 2 spots. F2L Viridian just completely invincible. 187 points, 9-0, 20 points per week. This team is totally unstoppable and the odds-on favorite to win it all. Followed by, of course, our last season's champion, Everyone's a Winner. And last season's runner-up, of course, was F2L, so these 2 teams just button heads again. Mankrick's Revenge, No Fin Can Stop Us, the Pog Merchants, and Hair Club would be your playoff teams if the playoffs started today. There are some teams still fighting to get in. There's still some time to make it there. Anoyo Team, Felmia Marek, Mad Scientist, Bash Bros, and Wild THL Fanatics, all with a decent outside shot. Crab Riders, unfortunately, looking like it is a better luck next season type of situation. But still a good amount of competitive teams remaining here. Let's start here with Mankrick's Revenge versus Wild THL Fanatics. And Tuna, I'm going to come right back to you for this one. Talk to me about this match here. Mankrick's Revenge just kind of picking up the points they need to stay ahead in the race of the teams that are not named F2L and Everyone's a Winner.
Right, yeah. I mean, how many weeks we got left in Wild? 2. 2?
2 weeks.
Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, they're doing exactly what they need to with this close playoff push. You can't be losing any matches. They got 2 ties there, which I see another team with 3 ties, which I'm just going to tell everyone, chat, I never thought I'd see the day with a team with 3 ties in any conference ever in THL. So this is just absurd to me as I'm looking at these for the first time. But secondly, yeah, Mankrick's Revenge is doing exactly what they intended to do. Someone took his wife He couldn't find her. Now they're coming out to find their wife, and they're coming in strong here and ending strong here with the last minute playoff push being led here by PCDS, still 8-1 with another victory taken over Slad. Just absolutely insane. Then Wild THL Fanatics with the double sub here. This is where, if you're coming in as Man Critics Revenge, you're like, okay, double sub. We've been in playing this entire season, so you should like they feel good. They're like, all right, let's try to beat these subs, try to get us our points. And they do exactly that coming in. I mean, Dr. Fish and Nate Wolf TCG, they're both very good players, so it's no slash to beat them even as subs, but it always feels good to be playing the whole season, continue to roll through even against subs. Lefty just taking another loss this week, lost in Hero, lost here. Turtle doing turtle things. Apparently, there's a card called Turtle now, and he's just kicking butt. And and then Gumby coming in with the 3-0 sweep over Labor Syringe?
Sangre.
Sangre?
Sangre.
Sangre. I can't read. I clearly said Sangre, and I said syringe or something. Uh,
Nice.
you know, but
Got
that's
syringes on the
exactly
mind?
what the
Okay.
yep. Yeah, I guess. But that's exactly what you're looking for out of your 5 seeds. Wild's not PR based, so your 5 seed in Wild could be a 1 seed anywhere else, but it's still good to see a sweep anywhere in the match. So no, it's
Yeah,
good. It's good. They're keeping up. They just need to keep doing this for 2 more weeks, and
absolutely.
uh, and
17
then
points is
somehow
what they need to
beat
do.
somehow beat F12 Viridian. Everyone's a winner, and see if they can take it to that finals there.
I mean, first make playoffs, then do the impossible once you get
Right.
there.
Correct. Well, I mean, one's impossible. One team's 9-0. Beating everyone's a winner is actually possible. I see a 3 in the loss column. You made the graphic, Ron, so I don't know if you knew that or not, but
All
there's
right,
definitely
moving
some
on to the
losses.
next highlighted match here. let's talk about so let's look right down here at the bottom, the number 6 and the number 7. Um, like the bottom of that playoff cutoff. We have Hair Club and Anoyo team. Hair Club with 131, Anoyo team with 119. And you know why the gap is so big right now? It's because of this match right here. F2L Viridian versus Anoyo team. That is a 20-2 win for F2L Viridian. Anoya team could not have faced these monsters at the wrong time. So Corden, talk to me about this match here. I feel like F2L is just kind of doing their buddies on Hair Club a solid here and just say, yeah, oh, you got some competition from Anoyo? Yeah, let me just bounce them out of here.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe F2L just wants their pick of who they get to play in week 2 after the bye there. So maybe that's what their whole plan is to try and, get the lower seeds up and through. But I mean, this kind of speaks for itself. I would love to see how close a lot of these matches are. I know when you see a 3-0, it's very staggering, but I really want to see how close some of these matches are because it's tough to see this many across the board and just, Bone Masher putting up and taking 2 off Marty B and just getting a Noyo team onto the board but that's huge, man. I mean, there are 2 weeks left, so there are points up for grabs for a Noyo team, but man, does this put a dent in the race for them. It just absolutely puts a huge dividend in the points section. And I mean, Viridian is looking so strong right now. I mean, they're looking stronger than everyone's a winner did last year. So
Yeah.
and they beat everyone's a winner this year. So it's gonna be an absolute slobber knocker of a finals when it gets there. But yeah, I mean, I would love to see how these scores kind of split down the middle. I don't know if the 3-0s are truly substantial of what these matches are.
I mean, I'm sure the games were fairly competitive as they often are, even in sweeps. Anoya team is a really good team. All of these players are pretty recognizable names throughout THL in the Wild community, and sometimes you just run into like a buzzsaw that is F2L this season, and this team just seems unstoppable. So, Anoyo team has a couple weeks left to regroup, and hopefully for them, they can get it back on track. But in the meantime, their closest competition, Hair Club, is greatly benefiting from this. Desharmo, talk to me about this final match here that we're highlighting: Hair Club versus Mad Scientists. Mad Scientists, they're the team of ties. They had 3 ties and they came 3 points short. I'm sure they were looking for one again, but Hair Club just picking up some needed points. As long as they get that victory, even 14, it's not a ton, but it's enough. And especially when their closest competitors got 2, this is gonna, put them right into that playoff spot. It's got to feel good if you're Hair Club.
Yeah, I couldn't have said it any better myself. Hair Club just needed a win here. After a Noyo team smashing, and they're put themselves in a great position. I think right position to lose. They just need to not, have some terrible weeks. They could probably lose a week and still be fine, as long as they're putting up some decent points each week. And then this is a good showing from them. The 14-11 over the team that loves the ties, and Memmark keeping the flag going for Hair Club, 8-1. Kind of sort of the carry of the team right now. Everybody else is really kind of pulling their weight. Maybe White Delight could maybe he's struggling a little bit, but everyone else is really pulling their weight. Even. And then on Mad Scientist, got some big wins. Catharsis over Concerned Mom, and I don't want to say that
Metronome.
wrong. Metronome over Burnt. So yeah, I think this is a good showing for Hair Club. I would have liked to have seen them win a little bit more, but you're in the playoff race, and you're in a good position. So we take those.
That's right. Hey, like they say in basically every sport, as soon as you make playoffs, new season starts here. So
Yeah,
doesn't matter what happened. If F2L wants to go fully undefeated through the regular season, doesn't matter. Because as long as you make playoffs, new season, and all you got to do is just keep winning, and you get yourself that title.
absolutely.
And they are right there in striking distance. It's going to be interesting to watch to see if a Noyo team or Felmium or Rec or Mad Scientists, especially like those teams that are closest to striking distance, can overcome that gap, or if we're just going to see this top 6 hold on. But we will find out in the coming weeks. Any last things to say on Wild Series before we do our final step of our Wild recap where we talk PPR?
I think the symmetry in this match is hilarious. The score's going down. I just want to point out,
Oh, yeah.
my
Just 3-1,
OCD is
1-3
so
back and
happy.
forth.
I'm so happy right now.
It's great. All right, let's
Oh,
move on to PPR. And he's
great.
finally done it. It only took all season, but Get Meowth, who hasn't lost all season long, has finally taken that #1 spot away from Battle Tagger. He is 9-0, 27-11 game score, followed by, of course, Battle Tagger holding on to the #2 spot, 7-2, 25-12. We've got Pace at #3 at 7-2, 25-12. Memnarch and PCDS and Corbett all shaking their fists at the heavens, or just Donde, so maybe, shaking their fist further below. 24-12 game score for Memnarch, 25-12 for PCDS, 24-14 for Corbett, coming in at 4, 5, and 6. We've got No Way coming in at 7-2 in the #7 spot at 25-13.
No
Neji
way.
Boston. Yeah, no way, right? Neji Boston at #8, 7-2, 25-15. Absolute at 6-3, 24-13, and rounding out our top 10, Sunday at 7-2, 24-18 game score. Now moving on to the honorable mentions, we find Marty B has clearly not been paying Donde enough. He got bounced from the top 10. He is the leader of our honorable mentions at 7-2. We've got Hazer at 6-3. Quake Lord at 5-4, The Rotted Zombie at 5-3, and Kyre HX, I think I'm saying that right, at 6-3. So congratulations to all of our Week 9 player power rankings for the Wild
I
Series
want to point out
players.
that every single F2L player is on this list right now.
Oh yeah,
Every
just
single
crazy.
one of them. That is gross right there.
This
And
team
I
is
don't
too
know
good.
I don't know if we've ever had any like stats like that, but I wonder if this is the first time that has happened.
I
That's a
know for
good
Hero
question.
last year, ATL was close a few weeks, but or last season I should say, ATL was close for a few weeks, but never got all 5.
I feel like it maybe happened too in Legacy when Foolish Madmen was totally undefeated
Oh
and
no, yeah.
dominating.
Ron's right for once. That did happen.
I think
Hey,
isn't all the MPH guys on the Hero PPR?
that would require going back and looking.
I'm not gonna. I'm just thinking they're super dominant, so it would
But
But
not
yes,
surprise me.
nonetheless, that's gross to have all 5 of your team members on this list.
yeah, that's pretty absurd. But congratulations to the players, and remember,
Woo!
there's still a couple of weeks left in this season. You can get
Woo!
yourself on this top 10 or honorable mentions if you just keep winning or send some checks to Donde. For this month
This
only,
Patriots merch.
Donde will pay it forward to the Trevor Project, so there is that. And of course, all of you out there who are watching us, if you could please consider donating as well, we would greatly appreciate it. It goes to a good cause. With that, I think that's a good transition for our commercial itself. Let's
What's
head
that
on back to
cause,
the
Ron?
caster screen.
What's that cause? What are they
Uh,
donating to?
so
Thank you.
we are throughout all of this month, it is THL Pride, and we are asking for your donations, for your support to go towards the Trevor Project, a great cause that supports, LGBTQIA youth who are trying to, discover themselves and need a little bit of help in that very fragile period of their lives. And it is something that we have very near and dear to us. If you can spare anything at all, we greatly appreciate that. But let us move on to our basic regular commercial as well, and then we will get you right back to that fantastic THL action with the Legacy series. Where's my little spiel? Where did I put that?
You don't have it memorized yet? You've only
No, no, I don't have space in my
seasons,
brain
8
for
seasons.
anything.
True.
I'm an empty vessel.
True.
Okay, here it is.
It's
Here's the
true.
words. Here's the words I read. Let's go. Hey there, Twitch viewers. Have you subscribed to Team Hearth Legends yet? No, then make today the day to be a legend yourself and subscribe to our channel. This subscription enables the THL team to help cover the various costs for operating our website as well as improve the quality of our streams and content to our viewers. If you use Amazon Prime or Twitch Prime, you can subscribe to this channel for free. Subscribers will get a THL emoticon as well as the lovely THL chat badge. So hit that heart button to keep the notifications on. Make sure you catch our team broadcasting live. We appreciate each and every one of you. Special note to our viewers, check out THL's other social media points of interest, our website, teamheartlegends.com. Follow us on Twitter at THL_HS. Join us on Discord, Team Hearth Legends. Check out the THL PAL podcast for power rankings for all series wherever you find your podcast. The true Hearth Legend himself, Saku, continues to post all of our videos on our YouTube channel. Just search Team Hearth Legends, kept everything previously recorded. You're, of course, watching us on our Twitch channel, twitch.tv/Team Hearth Legends, or possibly on our YouTube channel in the future. And for all you THL fanatics out there, there are THL shows every single day of the week. You can't go wrong tuning in at any time for some amazing Hearthstone-related content. Now back to the good part.
Hey Ron, what's that company's name? What do you link your Twitch?
That's
Okay.
Amazon Prime. Amazon Prime. Yeah, we don't need real full
We don't need
words.
real words.
Now back to the good part is
Throw-
what I said. Let's get to Legacy. Here we go.
Just throw syllables together.
Who even needs words? It's just syllables that sound something similar. That's all
What
we
is
need.
Prime Meridian?
All right, so we've got Gold Conference, and this is the first of our 2 series that has concluded its regular season. Gold Conference, we have finished out with our top 2 teams, Defias Brotherhood and Hot Zilfs. I know it's up on the screen showing Do You Even Talk, but that is because I was slower at taking screenshots than Do You Even Talk was at playing their first playoff match, which they've already won. So congrats to them for a great start. But Hot Zilfs was our number 2 team to end out the season, followed by, of course, Do You Even Tonk in the number 3 and Anoyo team in the number 4. You may notice that my team, Chaos Theory, is 1 point out of playoffs. Hey, good times. As you know, Meme Dream Team Distubs, Orcs Smorks, and Hearthstone Academy missing playoffs this season, but there is always next season for the rest. Yes, very much it was Ron who choked. That is not a
True.
meme. I just straight up choked. These things
True.
happen.
True.
And Anoyo team was celebrating, I'm sure, as they had a bye in the final week of the regular season and had just enough to hang on by a single point. So congratulations to them on making playoffs. Let's talk about the matches and how these teams got in. So, Desharmo, lead us off here with this one. Hot Zilfs versus Hearthstone Academy. And we've got our player of the week here in Anfall that picked up a big win that kind of catapulted Zilfs into playoffs. But this is a 13-11. A lot of important matches here. Break this one down for me.
Yeah, I think this was a decent showing from Hearthstone Academy, who's been struggling all season. Steffi and Mako, 0 and 15. Sorry, that's difficult to bear if if you've been playing and losing a lot. But hey, your PRs are going down, so you're lower PR for another season. You get to be in a lower seed. But Bay Stink really picking up a 3-0 win, showing that she still got it, and Celeste Luna as well, 3-1 in the 2 seed. But Hot Zilfs is doing what they need to do, getting the job done, beating a team they should beat, putting themselves in the 2 seed for this conference. I think Hearthstone Academy. I don't know if they were a favorite at the beginning of the season. They might have been. I gotta go look back, but they really were struggling this season, and I'm looking for them to bounce back, maybe make some roster switches here, and see what they can do next season. But
Breaking news on that front, they won't be back next season, but they will be back probably the season after. I know
Okay.
that Sage is taking a break.
Okay, well there we go. Hot Zilfs, they're actually Heat Shock 0-3 in the 2 seed. That's a little surprising. I know he was struggling in Hero as well. So we'll see. I don't know if Heat Shock is a permanent sub or if it's just a weekly thing. But I'm hoping that whoever it is can get their wins there. But Hot Zilfs is, I've seen some predictions, and Hot Zilfs is a team that everyone's kind of predicting to be a dark horse in the playoffs.
All right, hear me out about Hot Zilfs. If there's anything I know from all my time in THL and Donde led teams, at some point they choke so hard that they just get blown out and either miss playoffs or get blown out in the playoffs. So if you guys are worried about playing Hot Zilfs, the fact that they made the playoffs means they didn't choke in the regular season. So just know you're good. You will be all right. Donde real good at him and his whole team going, what is Hearthstone? And then just getting obliterated. So y'all be all right.
I like that. What is Hearthstone?
What is Hearthstone? Donde getting up there in age. I'm surprised he can even remember his login.
I mean,
It's a great thing to happen right as you queue up for a playoff match in THL. What is
I think
Hearthstone?
I think I'm older than Dante too.
yeah, it's not. It's.
Desharmo,
I mean,
we're
they
roasting
already-
Donde, not you. Be quiet.
yeah, but you're not wrong. Dante actually already played his match and got swept. So
Yeah, here it is.
Yeah.
There it is, folks.
so,
Amazing.
you're not far off.
Oh, we're piling on Donde again.
Oh,
You're
no.
welcome, buddy. And
Donde
then
knows
we've
I'm on
got-
the show tonight, so I hope he watches the VOD later and just cries.
We can just clip it and send it to him.
Yeah. Everyone clip it. Where's Diamond? Where's the king of clips? Diamond, send this to Donde. Thank you.
All right, and then our next one, of course, we have Do You Even Tonk versus Orcs That Smorks. So, Brushy Tuna, talk to me about this one here.
Twice.
I gotta say, I'm just a little bit salty at Clarity here
Yeah.
for the DQ because my team did miss playoffs by a single point. He could have actually stopped that from happening, and it's rough to see a DQ be something that is a potential decider for playoffs. But that match aside, I still wanted to highlight this matchup because I don't want to take anything away from Do You Even Tonk. They had a tough road to the playoffs. They were right on the outskirts, and they needed everything that they could get, and they came up big. So break down this match for me here in the seeds 1 through 4.
Yeah, I mean, tough opponents, and the one, Neji Boston is no slouch. Every time you see Neji on your schedule, you're like, man, like maybe I'll sub that week. Super hard to play against, super hard to prep against too. I mean, you could try to counter an entire lineup, and Neji will still come out on top. Just a special talent. Same with Nails. Nails is one of those scary people that are like, oh, a sub. Okay, who am I playing against? Oh, it's Nails. All right, my matchup did not get any better. So, congrats to Nails coming in, taking in coming in last second on that sub for Works at Schmork. And getting the win for them. But the 3-4 picking it up. Look, they've been doing all right all season. 6-2. Geranium Battle 3-0 over Buse. Another tough matchup. Able to get that sweep in there. Canoe beating Mojo Powell. Another good one there. Roofski versus Clarity was DQ, but Roofski's been doing good all season. So 6-2 there. So who knows? It could have ended the same if even without the DQ. 6-2, real good. So
Yeah,
but
that's also
back
like
end holding it up.
pretty relevant that
Yeah.
Roofski, very easily could have just won that match against Clarity anyway. Certainly had a very strong season.
Yeah.
So do you even tonk? I just wanted to mention, we hate to see
Ron,
DQs, especially like
I think
this.
you're
But
saying the name wrong.
what?
There's a question mark. Do you even tonk?
Oh.
You gotta pronounce the name correctly, Ron. There's clearly a
Oh.
question mark at the end of the name.
Punctuation is hard, man.
Yeah.
Aren't you?
But yeah,
Ron,
I just
aren't
gotta
you
say that,
regretting-
do you even tonk?
Are you an English major?
Earned this victory.
Ron, aren't you
no.
wishing you didn't bring Tuna on the show now? Has it kicked in yet?
I mean, I was wishing that when we started the show, man. Nothing's changed.
You're the one. I'm in for Hearthcenter this week, and I was like, "Yo, I can do it," and he went, "Yeah, let's get it. Let's get Tuna on this show." So I can clip that too. It's
I
in
blacked
Discord
out.
chat.
I
I
someone else was typing
That
for
was
me.
that was actually the person that lives downstairs. Your ghost came up and typed
Probably.
in. Yeah, okay.
It was the
But
fan.
so
It
once
was the
again,
fan. That's me. I'm the fan.
once again, before we move on from Legacy Last Week Gold, your playoff teams, Defias Brotherhood. Do you even tonk? Hot Zilfs, a Noyo team.
Oh, Hot Zilfs is caps, so you got to yell that.
Oh my God.
Oh,
We're moving on to red.
no. You got Brushy out here. Red conference.
So on to
What have I
red,
started?
and we
Oh
have
my God! What is this logo?
our playoff teams for red. Yeah, it's pretty great. Playoff teams for red. We have Dad Legend finished at the top of the conference. Standard THL Degenerates
Oh man, I
was
love it.
your number 2 team. That number 3 team that Brushy Tuna probably has no idea how to say. That's Bank Yuki Fan Club. And in the number 4, we were excited about them in the team reveal. There have been multiple memes since the team has been formed, and they did it. They made playoffs. Who else? It's Fish.
Eesh. That's right. The fish.
And we've got another just heartbreaker for Illidan's Death Knights. I think that's 2 straight seasons that they've just barely missed playoffs. This time missing it by a single point. Flame Pimps also dominant throughout the majority of the season, but had a rough end to the season as they miss out by about 10 points. Pod People, F2L White, and Dirty Mike and the boys are in the better luck next season section and hoping to come back even stronger in THL season 19. 19! Oh my God. But let's talk about our highlighted matches here. We're going to start off with Fish versus Standard THL Degenerates. And Corridon, take me through this one here. 15-14. Both teams just kind of really needed to get a solid amount of points. They didn't necessarily need to win or lose, just get a good amount of points and you're safe. And they did what they had to do.
Yeah, we were coming in basically knowing what we had to do to guarantee our playoff spot, and then we were also coming in knowing that we could have eclipsed Dad Legend and taken the number 1 spot, which I think would have been awesome. We actually came 1 point short of doing that over on STDs. So it's a bit heartbreaking, but we did make playoffs, which is great. I think on the better side is Fish actually taking the victory and getting the 18 points in full, push them over the threshold for Illidan's Death Knights to miss out there. I mean, if you just 3-2s go any other way, you've got Button, Sheep, and myself. If they'll go any other way, it's a completely different playoff picture. So, congratulations to Fish getting in. I know it was a bit of a scramble there getting into the last bit. Illidan's Death Knights and Flame Pimps, like you said, Ron, were just absolutely on fire at the beginning of the season and just really couldn't keep that going. They kind of burned out pretty quickly. So, I mean, you couldn't cut this any closer, other than Mr. Python getting a 3-1 over Dead Snoop. Everything else went to 5 games. You know, those best words that you can hear in all of Hearthstone. And it's as close as you can cut it. I mean, this is what it goes to show with 2 playoff bound teams cutting a 15-14 victory. This is it.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, great point too. That Fish did actually need that extra point total for the win in order to get there. So it came out exactly how they needed it, and standard THL Degenerates, despite the loss, they're still heading into playoffs, with a solid amount of points, and new season has just started. So it's a reset, regroup, and see what they can do, and make some noise in the playoffs, as it were. As we move on next to our last highlighted match for Legacy, it is the Bank Yugi Fan Club versus Flame Pimps, and would you look at that? It's just another 15-14. So,
Yeah.
Desharmo, talk to me about this one here. Um, it it was kind of the same situation for Bank Yugi Fan Club. Like, they didn't have to win. As long as they got just like a solid chunk of points, they're pretty much
Yep.
in. Flame Pimps needed a big win, I think, though. And they could have, denied Bank Yugi from making it and made it themselves with, some kind of blowout like a 20-2 or something. But unfortunately for them, it was not in the cards.
No, and it was very likely. I mean, you're looking across the board, it was lots of 3-2s again, very similar to the first match that we previewed. So, Flame Pimps might have been able to do it if a couple of cards went their way. Um, I don't know what Tuna's doing, but
I was waving at Gordon and see if he'd look.
I did.
Well,
What?
you distracted me there too. So the one. Anyway, Tuna doing Tuna things behind the scenes. So yeah, Bank Yugi Fan Club did pick up the win 15-14, and really they just solidified their playoff spot after that. Bank Yugi Fan Club had to finish the season beating. They were not in. I remember 3 weeks ago they were not in the playoff race. I mean, they were in the playoff race, but they were not in the top 4. And they beat Dad Legend, and then they were a playoff team, I believe, finals team last season, if I'm not mistaken. And had to beat 2 teams there to get to the playoffs. So, congratulations to Bank Yugi Fan Club, and we'll be seeing more of those funky letters in the coming weeks.
Yeah, what more can you ask for than a hot start to enter playoffs? And as you can see by the 4-point total in the standings right now, it means also that Bank Yugi Fan Club has already won their first match of playoffs as well. So they're continuing that hot start and will certainly be a team to watch. Excited to see what the recap brings us for next week. Any
Yeah, I think.
final words on Legacy here?
Are we looking at the playoff picture or doing that?
I'm actually going to put the playoff bracket up on the screen
Okay.
right after we get through Legacy PPR.
Okay. I'll wait for that.
Okay, sweet. So let's jump over to PPR here. This is our final player power rankings for the Legacy series for THL Season 18. Bracket coming soon, TM.
Rigged.
But this one,
Rigged.
let's talk rigged.
Rigged. Look at
It
it.
is
How?
It is
Look at it.
Wild
7-1
9,
and an 8-0 behind.
7
Rigged.
and 1, 23-9 game score, finishing in the number 1 spot ahead of undefeated T Stew at 8-0,
How?
24-11. Blame Donde.
Someone get Donde on the phone.
As we move on to number 3, Nice Jewish Owl coming in at 6-1, 19-10. Rice Bowl at 6-2, 20-12. Kotamora finishing out at number 5, 7-1, 22-13. Based Inc. always consistently strong, 6-2, 19-12. Neji Boston right there next to base in the playoff or in the crossover player race as well at 6-2, 22-14. We have Slot at 6-2, 21-10. Geranium Battle at 6-2, 21-11. And rounding out our top 10, it is Jester at 6-2 and 19-11. And then finally, for our honorable mentions, apologies to Icer. I did not update that. There is a different honorable mention player.
Wow, even more rigged. Holy crap.
That's gotta feel bad. I'm
I
sorry.
got Ron in on it too. I guess Ron and Donde's accepting all you guys' checks.
I don't actually know
Holy
who
crap.
honorable mention player number 3 is.
It
Honest
just came in
Abe,
right now, so
6-2.
Yeah, it just
Notorious
wired to his
GHP,
account.
5-2. Roofski, 6-2. And Electric Sheep City at 6-2. You know what? We're just gonna put Icer back on there. Congrats, Icer. It's the ultimate
Woo!
rigged.
That's right.
Woo!
It is, because this is actually rigged.
I don't even think that's his
Icer's
record
check bounced,
either.
Yeah.
But let's not dwell on that. Congratulations to all of our player power rankings players for the Legacy Series. And if you are the player that I cut out, feel free to DM me and yell at me.
Don't worry,
But
folks. I'm ready. Yeah, I'm ready way ahead of you. I'm ready to DM Ron some mean words. So don't worry about it.
nice. But with that, let's move on to our Legacy playoff picture. And here we've got the teams up on the screen. Bracket brought to you courtesy of our very own Marty B, Bracket Lord himself. We've got to start off. It is Defias Brotherhood versus Fish. It is Do You Even Tonk versus Standard THL Degenerates. It is Dad Legend versus Anoyo Team. And it is Hot Zilfs versus the Bank Yugi Fan Club.
yeah, this is wide open. I think the favorite is Defias, but I think still wide open. Any team can really go in there and win this.
Yeah, Defias has been insane all season long. Going to be really interesting to see if they're going to be able to keep that going. And Bank Yugi Fan Club, I think, might be the hottest team coming into this as well. So, got a lot of teams to watch out for here. We'll be excited to, talk what happened in that week as we get to next week. But we will leave the predictions to our prediction show, Tavern Talk, coming up tomorrow. We'll have everything prediction-wise for you to sink your teeth into.
Or don't. Ron can't tell you how to live your life.
Or that. Don't listen to me. Wait, that's a command that's hard to.
Yeah.
Don't listen to
Ooh.
me, but
Now we're in a paradox.
Oh no.
Okay, let's get out of the paradox and
Why
head
is
on
the
over
room
to Pro.
spinning? Ah!
So it's back on over to Marty B's Stats Corner. We've got the meta as it was for the final week of the Pro regular season. Our upcoming meta report for Pro will be a bit more condensed, of course, with less teams. But let's start off with the top. Demon Hunter, 42 brings. 18 combo Demon Hunter, 2 mid-range Demon Hunters. Interesting, that's still kicking around. And then 22 Death Rattle Demon Hunters being brought. Druid, very much dominated by the token Gibberling archetype right now. 8 Clown Druids and 2 Mad Lads bringing their Celestial Alignment Druid. Quite possibly players already out of playoffs or maybe already locked up. Not exactly the most competitive, but we won't bash on that archetype too much. Let's move on to the next class. We've got Face Hunter. It is only Face Hunter. We are not bringing any archetype but Face. 14 Face Hunters. We've got 15 Mage brings, 13 of them spell, and 2 spell damage, interestingly enough. Paladin, mostly washed up now with all the nerfs and 0 support from the mini set, but still a few getting brought. 11 Paladins, 4 Libram, 1 Secret, 1 Aggro, and 5 N'Zoth. And oh my god, that is a lot of priests. 60 priests and 57 of them control. 2 rally priests, 1 miracle priest. We've got a good chunk of rogue as well. 4 secret, 37 miracle, only 2 weapon rogues. Shaman has made its appearance once again into the meta. That's right, Shaman has card draw now and is not a totally dead class. We've got 28 players bringing Shaman. 15 aggro, 9 elemental. Is that 0 evolve?
Yes,
Correct.
It's
that
kind
is
of
what that
weird to
number is.
call out
That he put it there?
0.
Yeah.
Okay, Marty.
It's Marty.
Marty just wanted to say that evolve Shaman sucks. Don't bring it. See? 0. We get you, Marty. Okay. 3 control Shamans and 1 spell
Wait until he
damage
sees the
Shaman.
Warlock one.
He's also hating on Zoo Warlock here. We've got 4 Warlock brings, 4 control. That's right. He's calling it out. 0 Zoo. And then finally, Warrior, even more than Priest. We've got 65 people bringing Warrior here. 53 Rush Warrior, 11 control, and 1 N'Zoth, which, a lot of Rush Warriors run N'Zoth, but this specific Warrior had to be referred to as only N'Zoth as the archetype.
I assume it's
Spicy.
more of a control build and less of like the rush package.
But
But
it would still go into control if it was more
no, because it's
control
playing
than
N'Zoth.
defense,
Control's not playing N'Zoth.
if you say so.
I'm curious to see why the priests aren't broken down between control and N'Zoth. I figure they play. I mean, I don't know if the inclusion of N'Zoth automatically determines it a different archetype altogether. It's interesting that the warrior got split with that one, and the priest didn't get split into any N'Zoths.
I figured it out.
Okay. Oh God.
Did you, or did Nice Shallow figure it out?
I don't know. I'm not looking at chat right now. This is what happened. Obviously, Marty B is a Smork fan, so he hates Priest. So he just lumped them all together, but he's more lenient towards Warrior, so he allowed them to have the breakdown.
Solid analysis. With that, let's move on to Pro last week in black. And oh my god, Tuna, we got your logo up on the screen. What?
Yeah.
It is
Look at me
Hype
go!
Horizon. Hype Horizon is our #1
Yo,
team to
even my
finish out
name's
Black
on the board.
Conference. And Brushy Tuna is somehow up there on the screen. That is #2, Team Brushy Tuna, followed
Let's
by
go.
Crew Process and Faction as your 4. My bad. No, that's right. 4 playoff teams. I was getting mixed up for a second with the 6 for the other series.
Are you right? You okay?
No.
You doing all right? We're like an hour and a half past your bedtime, so I am getting a little concerned for you.
I am a walking zombie. But there are your playoff teams for Black Conference. It is Hype Horizon, Brushy Tuna, Grew Process, and Faction, with Parlos, Chicos, and Mancrick's Multiple Wives just barely missing out. F2L, Poem Locked, and Swagoi. Not a strong enough season to make it there, but there's always hope for next season. Let's start by talking about Hype Horizon versus Faction.
Wait. Can we give a shout out to C-Mac in chat with the sickest burn I've seen in a while?
Oh.
He says for those who don't have chat and full screen in it, he said, wait, Brushy Tuna's in second. They should rename their team the Ron Mexico.
I think things have changed since you've been gone, Tuna. Ron won on Saloon last night, man. He took home the crown, buddy. So things have changed, man.
How is he still garbage at BGs?
I
Yes.
donated and paid to get him to them. So.
There was
There
a
it
lot
is.
of money involved.
There we go.
All right, let's
There's
talk
always money
pro.
involved.
Corden,
All right, let's get back to the
save me
matches.
here. Bring this back. Hype Horizon
No,
versus
keep roasting him,
Faction.
Corden.
Hype Horizon and
let him breathe.
Faction. Now, I mean, Hype Horizon has been absolutely dominant the entire season, sporting a 6-1-1 and a points per week of 19.08 is just absolutely insane. Faction actually got very, very lucky here. They had to beat Parlos Los Chicos, who was on a bye week and who just got through with 4 points, and they actually got through into that last playoff spot as Faction. So kudos to them for finding the points, even when it was, up against a very difficult Hype Horizon team. Running it down, Foggy got the one victory on the side of Faction, a 3-2 over McBanterface, which I think is is that his first loss? No, I think he lost before
No,
that.
that's his first loss.
That was his first loss. So, I mean, awesome shot there. And then kind of running down Liquid Ox, continuing his absolute insanity roll. 3-1 over Harash, Gamer RVG 3-1 over Flying Kraken, and Cool Kid 2001 taking a 3-1 over Unlimited Power. So all of them pretty much doing the same thing. The 3-1s coming down across the board. I think it was a no contest there with D Money and Mojo, or they just got their things in late.
Yeah,
I'm not
just
too
a no
sure.
contest. It
Just
a no
made no
contest.
difference. So
Didn't
Faction had already
make
made
yeah.
it and didn't need extra points. Hyper Horizon, of course, had locked up. So we've just got, the case of
All of
Faction
them.
playing the top team, and they did enough still with their
Yeah.
7 points. They had enough already there that they were going to make playoffs. And Hyper Horizon, momentum on their way into playoffs.
But yeah, no, Faction making it, that's wicked. So good job for those guys.
Absolutely. And now, Tuna, I got to talk to you about this one here. It's a 20-3 Brushy
Baby.
Tuna victory over F2L Scarlet. We did it, man. We made play. Are you proud of us?
I'm
Do
proud of
you proud?
every single. I'm proud of you, Ron. For once, I'll say I'm proud.
Hey, we take those. Clip it.
I allowed him to use my name in good grace, and I was afraid that I made a mistake and should have gave it to someone else. But to be honest, the team name was already decided before I even knew about this. But you know,
True.
but
That was based.
okay, based on it. Okay, then we're good. We're good. We're good. At least a good player thought of it first. Um,
Nice.
I mean, base is a cheat code. You can't argue against it. I've never seen base have a losing season or even a 500 season. Base just crushes everyone, as
True.
we see below. She won 3-2, and also Lotus Knight with a 3-0 over Snakes. Somehow Ron Mexico paid Rebobson off and won 3-0. Don't get that one either. Isocles took a couple of weeks off, but he back and he get his week hit win here. 3-0. DeSharmo also been in and out all season, but coming in back 3-1 over Berserk. Huge wins for all of Brushy Tuna this week, giving them that second seed going into playoffs. Couldn't be more excited.
All right, and there you have it. That is playoffs for the Black Conference. DeSharmo, I know since you're also on this team here, any comments you want to make on this match before we move on to Pink?
Nope.
Sweet.
Tuna said it. I'm
Tuna said
not
it
gonna.
all.
Yeah, I'm not gonna be able to beat that.
Nice.
My
All right,
apologies.
let's move on to Pink Conference. We've got, once again, it is the same top teams we've been seeing for a little while. It is Washed Tappers and Sheepies as your number 1 and number 2 team. Sheepies, another team that is so fast at playing their matches. They got that extra 4 on there before I even grabbed the screenshots. So the regular season ended with Wash Tappers in the number 1 spot, but Sheepies already starting with a 4-point playoff victory. So looking good in playoffs already. Our other 2 playoff teams, Popeye's Spicy Chicken Sandwiches. You can't talk about Pink Conference without talking about this team. And pretty much the same goes for Clownstone. This is what Yasharash's Clown College reworked from last season, and they've got mostly the same kind of busted roster. Just a incredibly scary top 4. As we talk about to start off, Sheepies versus Aeon. DeSharmo, talk to me about this board team falling apart once again towards the end of the season as Sheepies is just laying waste to everyone that they play.
Yes, and no surprise here. Aeon getting the loss there. Feels
That's
kind of
right.
bad. Feels kind of bad because I'm on the board and I'm sort of hashing my
You
own-
see that name Donde in the 5
Yeah.
seed. I'm telling you, you pick Donde on your team, you might have a good regular season, but eventually y'all choke. Stop putting him on your team.
I don't know that
it's
3
like
and
proven.
5.
It's like I think I can count like 8 seasons where Donde teams just like
Yeah.
choke out of nowhere. So I'm just saying.
You got to
That's
give
just
credit.
maths.
You got to give credit to Donkey though, picking up the 3-1, sort of carrying this team on his back, trying to, but you can only carry so far when you're the only one. So, but everybody else on Sheepy's just showing everybody who's boss. 3-2, 3-2, 3-1, 3-2, and just just rolling into the playoffs with a huge win on their back. And I think Sheepies are Wash Tappers are I think were the favorite, maybe even Hyper Horizon, but Sheepies, you cannot sleep on them at all.
Yeah, for sure. This team is just crazy good, and they've already started with a victory in the playoffs too. So a team to watch for sure. We'll be keeping an eye on how they do as we talk about the playoff matches starting next week. But let's move on to our final highlighted match of the regular season for Pro. It is Wash Tappers versus Clownstone. Possibly just a playoff preview here that we could be seeing. Even though, it's kind of Black Conference matched up against Pink Conference, these teams could still meet again. Um, Wash Tappers coming out on top 14-12 here. This could have gone either way. Talk to me about this one, Corridon. What did we see in this match?
Two of the biggest juggernauts in the teams going at it for sure. MMW was able to continue his undefeated streak of the regular season, taking a 3-1 over Neji Boston. Ufric with a 7-1 over Kalis Luna. I mean, right there in the top two. Insane matches won by MMW and Ufric, going to show how strong this team really is at the top two. Nails and German Shep taking 3-1 victories over Validus and CMAC. So winning it back there, and really all coming down to that bottom five, Heat Shock versus Super Chicken. And hey, we said it earlier, taking a game off Heat Shock is amazing, but Heat Shock said no more. Got the victory for the Wash Tappers this week.
Yeah, and I mean that's such a scary team, right? Looking at Heat Shock down there in the 5. That's their 5 seed. That is
Oh my
insane.
That's
God.
disgusting.
I mean, who knows? Maybe we're all in store for some Shed Ape merch sometime soon. I'd buy myself a Shed Ape
I would
shirt.
buy it. I would buy a good bit. Yeah.
But we will see what happens. For now, this is where we stand with our top 4 from Pink, Sheepies, Wash Tappers, Popeyes, and Clownstone. Popeyes, important to note as well, they had a bye coming into the final week of the season. That was multiple teams throughout THL now that have had a bye week entering the final week of the season and made playoffs despite the bye. That happened with Dad Legend this season. It happened with a Noyo team this season, and it happened with Popeye's spicy chicken sandwiches this season. It's a interesting new strat. I mean, if you can pay
Get
off
your
our
work
hat
done
to
early
work out the schedule that way.
or that.
Yeah, I mean, just beat up everybody early and then take a break in the final week. Seems good. But any final words on Pro before we move on to PPR and then the Pro playoff bracket?
Let's go. PPR,
Do it.
baby.
All right. Final moment to spam rigged as we
Rigged.
have
I'm a spam rigged regardless. All right, this
final
one looks less rigged than
player
literally
power
every other one.
rankings.
All right, except for the 7 and 8 is the only rigged one. No, I guess that makes sense. He's played one last game. Nah, we're
And
good. We're good.
we have
Less
your
rigged.
number 1 undefeated Liquidox at 8-0, 24-11. MMW coming in right behind at number 2, also 8-0, also 24-11. We have Ufric at the number 3 spot, 7-1, 23-11. McBanterface at 7-1, 23-16. Fogey 8 at 6-2, 22-13. Lotus Knight at 6-2, 21-10. Wet Goose 6-2, 20-11. Gamer RVG at 6-1, 19-8. XQME coming in at number 9, 6-2, 21-12. And rounding out our top 10, it is everyone's favorite, Donkey, 5-3, 21-15.
Wait. How do we have someone that's 7 and 2 behind this 5-3. How is there someone even 7-2? Hasn't there only been 8 weeks?
Yeah, but the guy who's 7-2 has to use the website that the guy who's 5-3 designed in order to submit his numbers.
Oh, okay.
I don't know, but Azonic's really strong season coming into the honorable mentions at our first honorable mention spot, 7-2. We've got Based Ink at 6-2, Cyan Sheepies at 6-2. Yours truly, once again, paying off Donde 6-2, and rounding out our honorable mentions, it is Pocket Train at 5-3. Congratulations to all
Oh.
of our power rankings players for the
He's
Pro
7-2 because he
Series.
won this week already.
Oh, is that how it updated?
Yeah.
That's probably it.
I
Yeah,
want to
so
point
we
out one
finished
thing.
at 6-2 then.
Did you know that Liquid Ox, who was number 1, brought the same decks every week for 8 weeks? Did not change his decks.
Yeah, he
Smart.
ran it back every
Hey,
week.
that's how I
And
won
he-
Pro MVP. Good
and
strat.
he-
Good
And
strat.
he won with Paladin the last few weeks after the nerfs.
Yeah, here's what I'm doing. Try to beat me.
Yeah,
I like it.
Good strat.
It's like
That
it's
is
like
No thinking. Just
the
go.
football teams that have like the crazy good offensive line and they just run it constantly. Yeah, we're gonna run the ball. Good luck. Try to stop it. All right, but there it is. Final player power rankings of the series. No more chances to bribe Donde. Just blame him for this being rigged. As we move on now, we've got our pro playoff bracket.
Plo.
Plo
Oh.
playoffs.
Plo playoff bracket.
Plo
Go with the
playoffs.
flow.
Go with the Plo. Hey,
Uh,
look, there I am.
There we are. It is Shed Ape. I mean, Wash Tappers versus Faction. It is Popeyes Spicy Chicken Sandwiches versus Brushy Tuna. It is Sheepies versus Grew Process. And it is Clownstone versus Hype Horizon.
Listen, if all I gotta do is beat a sandwich, I feel like that's pretty easy. I mean,
Yeah, you
walk
eat the
over to
sandwich.
Popeyes, $9. Yeah, eat it. I'm good to go.
On to
Seems
the
like
next one.
good.
on the next
Good
one.
teams, man.
Yeah.
Those are
Yeah,
some good
Yeah.
really,
teams.
really strong teams here. I mean, Pro has been consistently insane in quality of
It's just
players
been
for a while.
gross, getting more and more gross every season.
Yep.
I gotta say that Shed Ape, when it's smaller, looks scarier.
It does.
It
Oh
kind of
my
does.
gosh.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Oh my goodness.
He's like this really. Can you imagine just opening the doors?
A giant ape?
Big face just right there.
I don't know what to do. I guess I'd throw a chicken sandwich at it and hope it goes for the chicken sandwich instead.
Or you throw Ron Mexico in there and close it.
Nah. I want to do that to
But,
Ron. If I did that to Ron, I'd have no one to make fun of.
we do have one final segment for you all
True.
watching tonight, which is a very extra special Hall of Fame announcement. So,
True.
one last mention of pro playoffs here before we get to Hall of Fame. Any final words on this or the playoff bracket, which of course you can see predictions for tomorrow night on Tavern Talk. Any final words before we move on to the moment many of you have been waiting for, the Hall of Fame?
Hype Horizon and Clownstone is going to be an illegal match to watch. That's going to be like, if any of these matches, that's the one I'm watching and I'm most excited for.
Indeed. All right. I won't keep you in suspense
Let's
any
do it.
longer. Let's do it. Hall of Fame. It is my pleasure to introduce to you, THL, your newest member of the Hall of Fame. It's Brushy Tuna! Oh my god! You gotta be kidding me. They let this guy in?
I thought this was a
Call it off. Call it off. Call off the whole thing.
Wait a minute.
No,
Hold
this
up.
is real. This is
Yeah,
real
yeah,
too.
we lied to you before the show.
Oh.
But this is you. This is real. This is happening. You are
Oh
in the Hall of
my-
Fame. Congratulations, buddy.
Holy snap. Sage, you lied to me.
DeSharmo, you want to... I didn't have room for both write-ups, so I wanted to put yours on there because I liked it more.
Oh,
You want to
okay.
read off your write-up for
Yeah.
me?
Brushy Tuna, the day I met him was the same day I met Ron. I was asking for players for my newly formed unknown pro team, and he was one of the first to ask to join. Saw this man and noticed he was a 5 seed in another series and figured he would just be a work in progress. Boy, was I wrong. This guy could play. He ended up MVP of Pro Series a few seasons later. I always joked 5 seed on Legacy, 1 seed in Pro. Tuna not only was an excellent Hearthstone player, but also delved into content. He was Ron's right-hand man,
Oh,
always offering great content, and the banter between the two was as good as the games themselves. He, much like Ron, helped push THL in a newer, better era of good content and great personalities. On top of all this, Tuna became a great friend to me. Him and Ron would hang out on the Discord late into the nights, and I would often join them. When I was having a bad day, I would enjoy a night of Tuna bashing Ron's BG plays. I have never laughed so hard in my life. He will always be a great friend to me. Congratulations, Tuna. We love you. And we miss you in the THL.
oh man. Oh, so many emotions.
Hey.
I
big
went from
release.
Ron's clowning on me to no longer being clowned on.
Hey, that's right. Let's go back to the caster screen and get us is back here for our wrap up for the show. So
Well, hold on a second.
Actually,
Hold on a second. Tuna. Yeah, Tuna.
I got a special announcement of my own. You know, I didn't come back without bringing a little special gift. So you know, I got a little thing to read here. All right. Good. Just bear with me, THL. I'm gonna bury the lead because I hate myself and I love burying leads. All right. Me go face? Yup. Me play priest? Nope. What a motto to live by. A motto that only the few that truly devote their playstyles in the name of Rexar can claim. Some would say they've fallen so much into the hunter way of life that they have fallen into the path of the demon hunter. This player has been feared by all opponents season after season in the legacy world of THL, constantly crushing their competition beneath their bow. This player is considered to be a top performer, so let's all congratulate him or boo him. I can't tell you how to live your life. As we welcome Ron Mexico to the THL Hall of Fame for Legacy. Congrats, Ron. You deserve this, man, and I wish you all the best in seasons to come. Continue playing Hunter and ignoring the priest all the way to the top, buddy.
holy shit, I didn't know that was coming. You
You know,
guys,
I had
we
to.
and
you know
I
had
was
to
just
plant
thinking
both
we were
feet.
lying to Tuna this whole time. You guys were lying to me too.
I
Why were
have
you
Hey,
lied to two
duped?
motherfuckers tonight.
how fitting that that we get inducted to Hall of Fame at the same time,
Same
buds.
time, right?
Oh,
Yeah.
that's great.
Oh my god.
Oh wow, that's so cool.
Yeah, look
Whew.
at that. Yeah, I joined the show. I was like, yeah, we gonna clown on Ron. He not know it's coming. And then I also got clowned on.
Yep, yep. Love to
Who
see
gets
it.
the laugh? I can't even speak now.
You
The
get
last
you
laugh.
get the show.
Oh, that's amazing. Well,
So
thank you guys.
congratulations, Ron and Brushy Tuna, two THL Hall of Fame inductees.
Ooh. Oh man.
It's been a night of surprises.
Yeah.
So I think we could get to our final words.
Yeah.
Before I mean I don't know how to talk anymore, so we should probably wrap it up.
I got you. I got you. You know, what a way for these two memers to be inducted into the THL Hall of Fame together, from 12-hour random streams to clowning on Ron in his own chat whenever he streams once a year. You know, but
That's twice a year. Thank
but
you very
it's
much.
twice a year. Sorry. Yeah, but you know, happy to be here. Happy I got to get on the show. You know, glad to see THL is still beautiful and still doing wonderful in my time off. I'm glad to be back. Um, you know, so keep up the good work, y'all. I'll be here for a little bit. Work got changed, so I'll be back to cast some fantastic Hearthstone for y'all and take a little bit of that weight off Corden's shoulders that he's been holding down while I've been gone.
Gordon's been stepping up big time for sure. How about it,
True.
buddy? Final words on the night.
Yeah, we were joking earlier that I was probably the only person who could fill Rush's big shoes, and I guess apparently I fit snugly into them. So no, congrats you guys. That's awesome. I know how much you guys did for the THL. I've only been here for, 2 years, but I know the personalities you have and the community that you guys have built. So I gotta say thank you for allowing someone brand new to come in and feel so welcomed and, open arms. You guys make the THL community what it is, and he's just awesome. Oh yes, yeah.
Big tuna hug to
Oh.
everyone.
Nice.
And breathe tuna.
Oh, sorry. I let go. We're good.
All right, Desharmo, final words on the night, buddy.
Yeah, congratulations, you two. You guys are, I would consider you guys my two best friends in the THL. So I'm so excited that you guys are inducted into the THL Hall of Fame. Very, very well deserved from both of you, both from players and content perspective. It's just been an honor being around two guys like yourself. And then luckily, you guys falling in my lap on my pro team for many, many seasons. And it was
Easy.
You're
just,
welcome.
it was, yeah, yeah, thank you. So congratulations, you two, and I hope to see you guys continue to, do what you do.
Oh man. Well, I don't know what else to say. We got shows coming up. The rest of the week. We got Tavern Talk Wednesday. We got shows for all the THL streams and matches coming up through Thursday. The rest of the weekend coming back around. We have our Monday tournament. We have Heart Center again on Tuesday. From all of us here at Heart Center, uh, this is your host Ron
Oh,
Mexico. Overwhelmed.
one more
Saying
thing, one more thing. Sorry,
oh, go
there
ahead.
will be two more Hall of Fame announcements tomorrow.
That's right.
on
Coming
Talk.
up on Tavern Talk, two Hall of Fame announcements tomorrow night, right?
Yes, two.
Stay tuned then. But with that, we love you all. Stay safe. Have a great night, everyone.
Yeah.